Governments always say the same things. We're working for your financial freedom. The economy is growing, stability is here, opportunities are rising. But take a closer look at history. You'll see that behind the curtain, things have never been that simple. The truth is, the same game has been playing out for centuries. Governments quietly use financial tricks to make ordinary people poorer, while wealth and power rise to the top. It's an old playbook, just wrapped in new packaging, new names, new slogans, but the goal never changes. Take from the bottom, give to the top. Let's start with the first trick, inflation. When government spending rises, there are two options. Either raise taxes honestly, or silently destroy the value of money. Guess which one they choose? Of course, the quiet one. Even the Roman Empire did this. In the 3rd century, emperors started reducing the silver content in their coins to pay their armies. What was once pure silver slowly turned into bronze, but the empire pretended nothing happened. The result? Inflation exploded, savings vanished, wages fell behind. The people were taxed without even realizing it. Today, the same thing happens through central banks. Then came the era of forced loans. In the Middle Ages, kings demanded money from wealthy merchants under the name of patriotic duty, but it wasn't voluntary. Refuse meant you'd lose your property. Repayment? Either delayed, paid in worthless money, or never made at all. The kings built palaces, funded wars. The merchants lost their capital. Same story again. The powerful win, the people lose. By the 17th century, the game was built into the system. When England founded the Bank of England in 1694, it wasn't about strengthening the economy. It was about finding money to fight France. The rich lent to the state and earned interest. And how was that interest paid? Through taxes placed on the people. So the rich gave money to the state and received safe profits, while the poor worked harder to pay those profits back. What they called a national financial system was really a wealth transfer system. And that model still lives on today. Fast forward to modern times. Governments pile up massive debts, issue bonds, and say, these loans are for the people, for development. But most of the money goes to defense companies, big corporations, and banks. And when it's time to pay the bill, it's not the rich who pay. Taxes rise, social programs shrink, the currency loses value. Then they tell us fairy tales about economic growth. Here's the truth. The debt is taken in the people's name, but the people are the ones who pay the price. Remember the 2008 crisis? Banks gambled recklessly. The system collapsed and they cried, "Save us or the economy will fall." Governments responded with massive bailouts, using our money. Who won? The same banks. They not only survived but grew stronger. Profits went to them, losses to us. And they called it saving the system. Pension systems, another trick. For decades, people trusted governments with their retirement funds, but that money wasn't saved. It was spent, replaced with nothing but a promise, meaning future generations would pay for it. That's just a polite way of saying Ponzi scheme. When the population ages, the system collapses. And what happens next? They call it reform. But it means smaller pensions, later retirement, fewer rights. Notice something? They always use the same language. Inflation, barred growth. Forced loans, patriotic duty. Public debt, mere investment. Bailout, hard-term stability. Pension cuts, reform. But it's all the same thing. A transfer of wealth from the bottom up. The quietest modern trick, money printing. That fancy term, quantitative easing, it just means creating money out of thin air. After 2008, central banks printed trillions, saying, "We're saving the market." And they did. But who exactly was saved? The rich. Stock prices soared, real estate boomed, assets exploded. Those who already owned wealth got richer, while everyone else saw their money lose value. The system worked perfectly. It pumped money upward and squeezed the bottom. Then come the hidden taxes. You pay them without even realizing it. On fuel, food, electricity, even in inflation itself. Because when prices rise faster than wages, your money quietly disappears. You think you got a raise, but in truth you got poorer. Governments love that. Their debts shrink in real terms, but so does your purchasing power. Complexity is another shield. Thousands of pages of tax codes, endless economic jargon, opaque budgets. It's not by accident. The more complicated it looks, the less people understand. And if you don't understand, you can't resist. In Rome, it was coins with less silver. Today, it's charts on TV called monetary policy. But the essence is the same. Take from you, give to them. Why does this matter now? Because the game hasn't stopped. Inflation still eats your savings. Public debt grows every year. And whenever a crisis hits, the first to be rescued are still the ones at the top. Then the bill comes to us. Through taxes, prices, and cuts. The result? We work harder, yet our money buys less. The elite grow stronger every year. The real lesson? History always tells the same story. These tricks never disappear, they just change names. But those who understand the system, those who see the pattern, they're the ones who protect themselves. Because for most, it's just economics. But for the aware, it's a warning. So remember, whenever you hear about a stimulus, ask who profits. Whenever you see inflation, know it's no accident. Whenever there's a reform, look for the hidden hand. And most importantly, never forget the system exists not to save you, but to save itself. History might not repeat, but it always crushes those who ignore it. The same tricks that drained Rome's citizens are draining your bank account today. Only the names have changed. The difference is simple. Are you aware or you're not?